And we're going live. We're live on YouTube. Oh my God. Hey, Pamela.
Hey, Dax.
This is exciting. It is Star Wars Day, as you guys can see. Got my Star Wars shirt on. May the fourth be with you. Yep, yep.
Yes, yes,
So
absolutely.
Pamela's here with me. Michelle is supposed to be joining us. She's running late. So she might just pop in here at any moment. Hopefully she does.
Like a
And
little whack-a-mole.
yeah, I see Angela in the chat. Hi, Angela.
Hey, Angela.
May the fourth be with you. Yes, and we're talking a little kindness today. Woo. Wow, the world needs more kindness
Amen.
because it's just ridiculous out there. I'm telling you. And Dan's in there. Hey, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
So I figured while we're waiting for howdy Dax, howdy Pamela. I figured while we're waiting for Michelle, Charlotte was supposed to be with us too, but she didn't seem to receive any of the messages this morning, so she must be busy with something. Anyway, but I thought while we're waiting, we can do the card of the day. So from your deck, Steel Wizard Tarot, I got the Ace of Pentacles. I love this Ace of Pentacles, by the way. Yep, yep. So the Ace of Pentacles brings the promise of new opportunities and prosperity. It signifies abundance in all areas of your life. Enjoy it. Feel blessed and deserving of everything that comes your way. If you wish to amplify this feeling of prosperity, live by the law of attraction and send your positive energy and intent into the universe so you will receive more in return. There you go, card of the day. I pulled that card and I'm like, oh my God, that is perfect for what we're going to talk about. Because, kindness isn't just kindness, it is also a factor along with abundance, prosperity, mindedness, and um, gratefulness, in working with the law of attraction. So I just thought it was perfect for today. Pam, did you get a card?
I did. I used the Eternal Secret, but before I go into this, the the Ace of Pentacles was the very first card I designed for the Steel Wizard.
Oh, cool.
It's always had such a special place for me because I sat down one day and that's what came out, and I thought, oh my God. So anyway, but I got
Perfect card. Oh, and there you go.
oh,
Psychic.cafe/steel wizard. Go
yay.
grab your copy. That's right. I'm going to put that in the chat for everybody if
Okay.
they want to grab a copy of your deck.
Okay, thank you. No, I'm using the Eternal Secret Oracle today, which
Yay.
is the companion for that one, for the Steel Wizard. And I got there again. This is ironic. I got the very first card I designed for this deck, and it's called Spirit Guide, and
Hmm.
it's th this rendition of the Hermit. Okay,
The
and what
Hermit. Yeah.
this, yeah, and what this card tells in this particular instant, what it tells you is you may feel like you're alone. You may feel like you're even abandoned. You could be, miles from communication or whatever, but remember, all you have to do is become what you choose to experience. Like Dax said, this is like the
Mm.
secret in such a strong way, because by bringing in that, first of all, compassion and kindness for yourself, and compassion and kindness for those, everything around you, and gratitude for everything around you, it magnifies and it starts to ripple out. You can't hold that much. So when you get filled up, what it does is it starts to reverberate out through the universe. And what happens? You attract like-minded souls. Michelle's here. Yay, go Michelle. So,
Oh,
but anyway,
Michelle.
yeah. So anyway, that's how this is going to tie in. Now, Michelle, my darling, did you want to pull a card for us for today too? Since you're here, we're not going to say finally, but
Finally.
Well,
yeah.
I also put a link into Eternal Seeker. So psychic.cafe/Eternal Seeker. Let me pop that on here too. Eternal
What
Seeker.
deck are, what deck are you guys using?
Well, he used the
Well,
Steel Wizard.
Pamela,
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say what you're saying. Pamela took a card from Eternal Seeker, and I took a card from Steel Wizard, like I always do.
So what
On
do
the
Nice.
show,
Lenormand?
on the
What?
shows that Pamela's on, I always use her deck.
I
At least
know.
for
I
the card of
usually
the
do
day.
too.
At least for the card of the day.
Yeah.
For reading, I'm gonna do the Llewellyn deck.
Oh, I love that deck. That is a
Love,
gorgeous deck.
love it, love it,
And
love
then
it.
I will do my Lenormand deck.
Yes, of course.
See, that's perfect because then we get something from a different type of deck. We've got Oracle, Tarot, and now you can do the Lenormand.
Yes.
Enchanté. Enchanté.
Hey, blue balls. Get over here.
Oh, I thought you said the card was blue balls. I'm like, there's a blue balls card in the Lenormand. Lenormand. I just like calling it Lenny. The Lenny deck. The blue balls card. Hey, you got to put that in one of your oracles you're working on, Michelle. I
I
just gave
do.
you a card idea. Blue balls,
Big blue
meaning
balls, the
meaning
BBB card.
no,
Mister, come here.
think,
Come here,
think of
baby.
it. It's a perfect
Come here.
message
Come
when you're
here.
working with a client. You give them, you pull out the blue balls card. You go, okay, so you're frustrated and stuck, and
You see this beautiful little boy.
Oh, look at the face. That's a
oh,
face.
He
it's
he
that's his
has
name,
no, his name is Mr. Man, and
Mr.
there are
Man,
two bitches in the house right now. Literally in
Oh,
heat
and he's
girls.
see when
And
you
he can't, one is smaller and one is bigger. And he hasn't figured out how to do it right. So,
well,
so he's walking around humping air.
yeah. Well, when you said it wasn't a card, which is what we thought you were talking about, because we were talking about card of the day, I thought blue ball. Are we talking about Dan here, or what's going on? Um,
I missed her. And he tries so hard, but he walks around because he can't do it right. Huh.
see, we
Anyway,
have a fun show, folks. That's why you should join us. You don't know what's going to come up,
go on.
especially with Michelle and Pamela around, or Charlotte for that matter, right? Hey, does everybody
Right.
have their coffee or tea? Grab your coffee or tea. If you're new, if you're just coming in, pull up a chair and hang out with us. Oh, I should mention a couple things like subscribe to the channel and like
Yes.
the videos. Yes, because we always forget. Dan sometimes remembers and puts it in the chat, but I keep forgetting I have my little button. I can pop up the
Yeah.
subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the videos too. That really helps. And if you can share it out. What else was I going to do? Oh, our links. So here's all of our links, all right here. Psychic.cafe/our names. If you want to talk to Pamela, Charlotte, Michelle, or myself in between shows, if you want to book sessions, if you want to ask questions, you just open a new tab in your browser, type in psychic.cafe/Dax or Pamela or Michelle or Charlotte. We've made it really easy for you. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Oh, first name, last name's in there. Donna Marie's in there. New to the channel. Yay. Don't forget to like and subscribe, Donna. We're glad to
Yeah.
have you. Mm-hmm. We're glad to have you. So there was a question at the top from Maria. I just want to do that one really quick because I was already shuffling the deck and all. Hold on. Let me do my little knock on the top of the deck, cut, and I'm going to pull some cards here. So she's got an exam June 10th. Good luck on that, by the way, Maria.
Oh, she's going to
And
do great.
oh, yeah. And so she is asking what grade she's going to get. And she said A, B, C, D, E, or fail. So I'm pulling a card for each one. Let's see what comes up. Let's see. This is weird. I got positive cards, nothing negative for every single grade. Okay, tarot is telling me I don't want to do this way. you
You
know,
don't.
and by the way, that's something we, don't bring up enough on the show. For people that are learning tarot. Tarot's finicky.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why we always, tell people when we do a reading for you, make sure you go out, let 2, 3, 4 weeks go by before you ask a similar question. Because if you keep asking the same question every day, you're going to get these ridiculous cards, ridiculous meanings and things that don't make sense. It's going to be all weird. That's tarot saying, hello, I already answered this question. I'm not answering this again. And when you try, like I did here, I'm going to pull a card for each, um, for each grade, possible grade, A, B, C, D, E, or fail. And I'm going to see what I get, and I'm looking for like, positive cards and negative cards. And, I'm looking for, is it a yes on getting an A or a B? And, but I got all yeses and all very positive cards. 6 of Wands, you're going to pass this thing. Who was that for? That was Maria, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to pass this thing, Maria, but it won't tell me what letter grade you're going to get. And sometimes that's just the tarot being finicky. Another thing the tarot will do is you'll ask a question and we'll pull cards and we'll get this answer, but the answer is not answering the question, but it's telling you what you need to know right now. Yep. And Pamela and Michelle are nodding in agreement, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So that's what I'm going to say, Maria, is that, I'm looking at this and I cannot see any of them standing out where it's going, yeah, you're going to get a C or you're going to get a D. They're all extremely positive card. 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands is literally the success card that showed up on B. Maybe it's going to be a B. But the High Priestess showed up. The Wheel of Fortune showed up. The 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups for the fail. See, I don't think I think you're going to pass. It's just not showing exactly what card. If I really, really had to put money on it, I'd say a B. Okay.
I
But
agree with you.
yeah, it's just
And
crazy. Yeah.
I
So
drew
Donna said, oh, I got to tell you something real quick. Donna said, I walked first thing, like, I think she means came into the show, the shows came on and she joined us and we started seeing video. She says, I hear blue balls. I dropped to the floor laughing. I think I'll stay for more. Oh,
so
oh,
just to add to that, I drew the
mhm.
bridge card for Maria. Um
Oh,
and I got 38, which is 11, which is 2, which 2 is B. You just got to cross the bridge of expectation, let go of that
oh.
expectation of what it could be. You could get a B. You just got to let go of that fear. That fear is the bridge.
Right. Oh, and of course, we were waiting for Michelle and we started the card of the day and jumped into everything. That's why my greeting with my coffee cup that I always do was late. By the way, this thing is really cool. Got it off Amazon. It's got a rubber bottom and a rubber holding thing, squishy, but it works. You can still put it in the microwave and it doesn't melt or nothing like that. It's got a top, right, with a slide, and it's ceramic. So what I
Yeah.
do,
Oh,
I
nice.
used to be a master barista. I own coffee houses, and I'm going to tell you a little secret. You fill this with water, put it in your microwave, turn it on for 1 minute, and even your spoon you're going to stir with, put your spoon in there, stir the hot water, drop, dump out the hot water into the sink, then put your coffee or tea in. And that way it'll stay warm longer.
Yeah.
And this has a nice lid, so it'll stay. Yeah. Just
Well,
thought I'd little tip and trip there. Little tip and
Trick of
tricks
the
there.
trade.
well,
Yep.
my
Yeah.
coffee cup is Pennywise.
Yeah.
And the story with this coffee cup has two stories to it. One, it was one of the last movies I watched with my mom before she passed. So this is like having a cup of coffee with my mom in the morning. And two of the grandchildren I have, their mom, when they run off into the street or the yard, she'll be like, Pennywise, Pennywise, and they'll come running back. So they come over here and see the coffee cup, and I'm like, no, Pennywise is my dad. And my 5-year-old will be like, why is Pennywise your dad? So they see the coffee cup and they're like, is that your dad?
Yeah. Oh, and I see Doll came in. Hi, Doll. Actually, it's a long name. I'm not going to read the whole thing, just Doll. Hey, Doll, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And the other thing that we didn't get out in the beginning of the show is that you can just post your specific question in the chat like Maria did. Or you can ask us for a message from the universe. Just go message from the universe. And if you can, use the pink hand, which you'll find under emojis. So where you type in and it says chat, there's an emoji button. If you click that, it's the first emoji. I'm going to click it and send it on the chat here right now so you guys can see. Yeah, put the pink hand and just type in your specific question. I'd like to know blah, 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 blah. Or put in the hand and say general reading, or put the hand in and message from the universe, because we're going to do short ones if you don't have a specific question. I mean, all of them are short. These are mini readings. So I just wanted to get that out of the way and also mention, if you want to jump to the front of the line, if you grab us a coffee at psychic.cafe/coffee, then what we do is we stop whatever we're doing. We go right to your question, even if it's like the 10th question down, and we spend more time with you. We let you ask follow-up questions. That is the perks if you grab us a cup of coffee. Of course, you can always just, send us, it's our tip jar, right? You can always just send us a tip because you love the show, you love the chat we do, the topics we talk about. Maybe you got a great reading in the past, but also it's your way to jump to the top of the line, folks, right? And it's when you get to this page, psychic.cafe/coffee, I'm going to put it in the chat right now. Whoops. Okay, it's not letting me copy this here. There we go. When you go to psychic.cafe/coffee, there's a bunch of buttons, and big blue buttons, and it's like $5 and up. You can send us $5, $10, $15, whatever you want. Okay. So I did want to mention that as well before we get into anything else. Before the topic, guys, because we don't have a lot of people here, I wanted to get all the questions out of the way. So we already did Maria's. First name was asking about initial E in her. I'd love a reading general about initial E and first name, last name. My question is regarding the possibility of a future between us. So who wants to pull cards on that?
Michelle's better at this than I am, so
I
you
think
take
she's
that.
already pulling cards.
I think so. I'm still shuffling.
Oh, and Pamela, here's one for you. Donna that came in, Donna Marie.
Yep.
Please, may I have a reading? Anything I need to know now?
Done.
Donna. Very cool. Very cool.
Okay, so, and what was the
And then
question?
this is hilarious. What a lovely day. That's Nicole just came in, one of our regulars. Are questions still open? Nicole, we just started the show. Of course, questions are open.
Hey,
So
Dax, can you read that question again?
yeah, that was from first name, last name, and she wants to know anything you can tell her about a person, the initial E, and her. And then later on, she put in parentheses, my question is regarding the possibility of a future between us.
All right.
Yep. Go ahead when you're ready.
I'm ready. So here we go. When it comes to the E, there's something very familiar about this situation. It is, in the end, you're both looking for safety, contentment, security, someone you can feel safe with inside and out, right? However, you're both showing two different faces to each other. Neither of you are being honest with each other because you're not showing the real you yet. And it's really hard, especially when it's something new. So, what you need to do is start using wisdom on both sides because he could be feeling the same thing that you are, but you have to start communicating more. Okay. And just his feelings for you are a deep well. Okay. He has his own thing going on right now. So, again, here is the advice from the cards: start communicating. Just text or say hello, and then start using wisdom in that communication. Not just, hey, how are you today? But ask deep questions. Hey, how's your day going? Are you doing anything fun today? Hey, is there anything I can do to help you today? Because that is going to make that bridge deeper and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
It's the communication. You don't want weak communication. He is looking for strong communication. And that's where you need to build on that bird card. You don't want chit chat, you want serious talk. And that's what he's looking for. Okay.
Very cool. Very cool. Real quick, wanted to say stay tuned. Our chat. Oh, and I put it in the chat here, and I put OR instead of OUR. So forgive me. I'm trying to type fast and do 1,000 things during the live show. Stay tuned. Our chat on kindness is coming up. Okay, we're just take care of a few questions here real quick. And oh my God, I've got a beauty from Nicole that she just put in. I already pulled cards on it, but Pamela is doing Donna's question. Go ahead, Pat.
Donna's question. Okay. She's just general. Okay. Hi, Donna. The first thing that you really want to have a look at is that the first card I pulled about your past is the Tower card. Now, you were expecting absolute chaos, but it wasn't that bad. You thought that the world was coming to an end, but it didn't. And it actually cleared a playing field for you to work in, which is something that you needed desperately. You're overwhelmed, overburdened, and overloaded. Now you're not. Second card that I pulled for you, the kind of now card, is we got the Emperor reverse, which means that at this particular junction, I don't know if it's a your dad or a husband or a boyfriend, it's a person in a position of power, okay? Usually male. Doesn't have to be, but it's usually male. This person is not being totally on the up and up with you. The situation isn't really solid right now, and that's where you're going to run into problems. You need to solidify your foundation before you can actually move forward big time. Okay, it has to happen. No getting around it. The third card I pulled, which is, I love this card. You're so impatient. You have all the patience in the universe for everything and everybody but you. So back it up and treat yourself with the same respect, generosity, and kindness. Let's get back to that you would treat your dearest friend, your children, your spouse, whoever it is that you love more than life itself. Okay, treat yourself that way because impatience is not going to make it happen any faster. It's kind of like you get seedlings and you start digging them up to see if the roots are going, well, yeah, stop it. Stop doing that because what you really, really need, this is the hidden meaning. I love this card. Your hidden meaning card, Eight of Pentacles, which means you have there's something that you need to explore further. you're ready. You are ready to take that step. You are ready to learn more. You're ready to develop yourself and your craft and whatever else you're doing. But you need to do it now, okay? Before any of the rest of this has a chance to really take root. You need to do it now. Start, get on that path and stay on. And again, the big thing here, you see this fellow in the background, he's leaning over his student and he's got his hand on his shoulder and he's going, hey, buddy, you got this. You're doing great. Look at the job you're doing. No, 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 you're not out of your league. Treat yourself that way. You're not out of your league. You got this. Okay. So good girl. Good job.
I totally felt like that was everything I needed to hear today.
Oh, you're welcome.
There you
So
go.
thank you. Thank
Yes,
you for sharing that message, Donna.
often the messages are for everybody.
I love cold readings. I love it when
Mhm.
folks just tell me what you got. That's my favorite.
Yep.
So Nicole has an oddly specific question. I would like to know if I had a past life in France as a knight in the 1300s. I love this question. Now, she clarifies saying, I saw what I asked in my third eye. We just did a show on the third eye. It was how to visualize. And I excerpted out just the conversation. You know, we had the whole show and I excerpted out the conversation and made a separate video on that. So if you guys want to watch it after the show, you won't find it under lives. Okay. You'll find it under videos. It should be the first video because I just uploaded it. So go check that out on how to visualize. It was a great show. It was a great conversation on that topic. And remember, we were just speaking of topics, we were just talking about how sometimes you ask a question and the tarot doesn't exactly answer the question, but it'll tell you what you need to know right now. Other times it'll give you a confused answer, you know, but then there are some times when it just answers the question. So her question was she a knight in the 1300s? And I got Michelle look.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
The
Templar.
Knight of Pentacles. Oh my God.
Templar. I got Templar right off the top of my head.
There you go. Yeah. And she saw the question, you know, the whole thing she saw in her mind's eye anyway, same as what you're getting there. And then I got the moon card, a major arcana card saying yes. And the 8 of Wands saying again, yes. And then numerologically, because you had the 1300s, from these cards that, you know, I got the knight, I could have just stopped there, right? But I pulled a couple more cards to see if it was a strong yes. I was looking for yeses. I got the moon card, yes, 8 of Wands, I stopped there. You know, it's definitely a yes. The moon is 18, which reduces to 9, and then the 8 of wands. So 9, 8. So 1398 is an important date that you might want to research, Nicole. Just putting that out there. Cool stuff.
Very nice.
So Nicole's saying it was the 1310s, but I went for 1300s. Yeah. And it may very well be, but the tarot's telling me 1398. Check that out. You know, it's a possibility as well in regards to this. But you're spot on. I mean, your mind's eye, your subconscious, or your higher self through your subconscious mind, you know, just totally gave you that past life. It's so cool. That never happens to me. I wish it, you know, I wish it happened to me. My Star Wars shirt, it's getting a little tight in certain places, you know. And
No.
yeah, I've had this shirt for like, I don't know. My mom gave it to me for Christmas, like decade and a half ago or something.
Oh goodness.
That's before the beer belly. Yeah. Yeah. And Alina just came in, or Alina. It's Elina. Alina, tell us if I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, but I like Alina. And they have a question as well. But before we get to any more questions, number one, this gives you time to go and grab us a cup of coffee at psychic.cafe/coffee. Yes. And oh, by the way, it did it to me again where I can't grab the stupid link. There we go. I got the link in the chat there. So we're going to chat. Oh, then Michelle disappears. Michelle.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Okay. Well, we'll wait for you to come back because I want us to all be on
I had to itch.
when we start the conversation because we might excerpt this one out too. Oh, and Taja's Taja, I cannot pronounce that. It's Teja. I just say Taja.
To jaws of
Yeah, to Joseph. I think we looked that up or something and got the pronunciation at one point because she's one of our regulars.
TJ. Yeah,
Yeah,
TJ.
but I just like TJ or TE. So like Tija, something like that. I usually use.
In
And
Spanish,
then,
it would be Teja.
yeah, that's
Ah,
true. Yeah,
ooh, that's
yeah.
I forgot about that.
So yeah,
So Alina put their question in, and what a lovely day. That's Nicole. Yes, because I saw a knight sitting on a horse in armor with a mount underneath him with red feather coming out of the back of his helmet. I mean, my God, where's that card? In the Waite-Smith
of
version,
Babel. Yeah.
Yeah.
in the Waite-Smith version, I actually think there is a red feather. Now that I think about it, very interesting. I'd have to look it up. But anyway, we're going to start the topic. So let's do that first. Here we go. We're going to start. So, hey, we're going to chat about kindness. Oh my God. Doesn't the world need more kindness? I mean, they're dividing us, and it's not about facts anymore. It's just who feels they're right, and it's just god awful out there, right? But there's a lot more to kindness than just being nice to people, right? What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Michelle.
Or gals, I should say gals. Everybody says guys for everybody now. I don't like that.
Well, we're good with it.
Yeah. Kindness is what makes the world go round. Because
I thought it was love.
Oh. That's a 4-letter word.
it is.
Well, kindness is kind of exuding the love towards people.
Yes. It is a
Mhm.
form of love that in a way it's showing self-love to another person. I like to compliment strangers, especially women. Um, if I see a woman who looks really, really good, like her hair is standing out, her makeup is standing out, or she looks really good in her clothes, I will go up to her and I'll be like, wow, you look really nice today. I don't
Mhm.
care if I don't know her. I'll be like, I'm not that way. I'm married, but I want you to know you look really nice or you look hot. Like that is really good on you. Because I feel that one
Mhm.
one queen should lift another queen's crown instead of
Mhm.
trying to knock it off.
Because I, as a guy, have heard that women are really harsh on each other.
Mm-hmm.
It can be.
Yeah.
They can be.
And what you're
It's
saying
very
right
critical.
now about showing kindness by making that kind of a comment or something like that, I mean, you could totally make somebody's entire day. And
Yeah.
what did it cost you?
Nothing.
A couple of sentences?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. What are you thinking about it all, Pamela, about kindness?
Well, okay, I'll give you a couple of for instances. I was walking into the bank. It's been a few months ago, and it was cold outside, and I mean brutal, brutal weather. And I got up to the door just as an elderly gentleman, he looked to be in his late 80s, maybe early 90s, stepped in front of me. And I thought, oh, okay, because I was going to grab the door for him. And
Mm.
he was only maybe this tall, and I'm so short, my feet barely reach the ground. Michelle, you understand where I'm coming from.
Oh, yes, I do.
So, I mean,
That's
if
because you're part Hobbit.
oh, anyway, anyway, he's even shorter than I am, and he's got on his jacket and this little hat, and he walks up and he tips his hat to me and starts to open, and that's a heavy door. And I stood there and I waited patiently for him to open the door for me and thanked him most kindly. And then where he couldn't see it, I kind of held it open for him too, because it really is a heavy door. Now, it's not just you uh, portraying kindness, it's allowing it from others as well. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, it's like when Michelle says, you know, like the other day too, there was a lady walking through the store, and I said, "Oh my God, I love your purse." It was tiny. I couldn't carry anything that small because it won't hold all my husband's stuff. But she stopped and she said, "Well, thank you." And I said, "Really, it's just as cute. Where did you get that?" "Oh, it was a present from 10 years ago. A friend of mine gave it to me." "Oh, well, you have great friends." Like just a conversation. I'll never see the woman again. I doubt if I ever will. But instead of saying, "Oh, this old thing," no, she accepted the kindness by saying, "Thank you." And that's something else we have to learn is when somebody pays you a compliment, don't say, "Oh, well," you say, "Oh, thank you. I'm really glad you like whatever."
Yes.
And it works that way so well. Yeah, so many times, especially I find this in the art field. Somebody, when I was first breaking into the industry, someone would come up and tell me, "Oh my gosh, I really, really like this." Now, mind you, I'm a teenager, and I would start picking it apart. And then finally, when I was in my early 30s, somebody just whacked me in the back of the head and say thank you. That's all you need to say is thank you. And I went, "Oh, okay." And sure enough, over time, I have had the opportunity and the privilege and the honor of teaching that simple thank you to other artists, young ones. Because, "Oh my gosh, I really love what you've done there." "Oh yeah, but the lighting is wrong." "Shh, don't make me swat you." You have to learn to reciprocate. Okay. When somebody shows you an act of kindness, you don't have to gush all over them. A simple thank you. I'm glad you like it. It's
Exactly.
that simple. And so it begins to work
Yeah.
in a reciprocal, like it's that ebb and flow. And now you've got this connection with another person who you just made their day. They just made your day. Everything's great. And it
And
doesn't take
Let
except
me
and to
let
add
me
to it,
let me see because Charlotte's not here, and actually she was the one I think that came up with this.
that's typical.
Yeah, she actually came up with this topic, and I wanted to scroll back real quick and see if I can find out what she said, because her whole thing bringing this topic up is that it's not just making someone's day or
right.
being kind, but there's actually physiological positive effects in our physical bodies by doing these acts of kindness.
Well, it
It's
is.
also, yeah, I'll see if I can find what she said in our chat, but I have to scroll back.
Yeah.
Michelle, go ahead and say what you were just going to say.
And so I was going to say it really is a ripple effect
Yes.
because, if I compliment Pamela and Pamela compliments Dax, and then Dax compliments Charlotte, and then Charlotte compliments Maria, it's rippling to all over. Now we've got it going all over the United States, and then we compliment Maria. Now it's going all over the world because Maria's or Pamela's in Canada, and then we compliment Miss Maria who's in Australia. I mean, it's going all around the world, the compliments, the positivity, and it's a ripple effect. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing, the kindness.
Mm.
I noticed that it's the people that don't that have problems. Either they're one, they're very insecure, or two, they're just very self-centered.
Yeah.
And when you run into a narcissistic personality, you're not there to fix them. You're just there to show them a different path. And if they say, oh, well, blah, 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 no, you just said, have a nice day, enjoy your lunch. Don't step in the dog poo, whatever, and you just keep going because you're never going to change their minds any more than they can change yours. Just keep
Hmm.
going with it, no matter what it is. Keep the ball rolling. It's like playing hot potato.
Yeah.
Who remembers that stupid game?
Oh my goodness.
Right. So
Giving away my age.
I found this comment in our private messaging about the show from Charlotte, and she said kindness is so much more than that, because
Hmm.
and we were already talking about it. There's a whole hormonal chemical endorphin activation that happens when you are kind. It's a huge benefit to your health.
Yes.
So, yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention myself is that um just like many other things, like being grateful and so forth, you're getting in alignment with the law of attraction. I don't like to say activating, because the law of attraction is like gravity. It's always there. You're always attracting, but you're attracting what you're focused on. So
Mhm.
just the act of kindness, not only are you making someone else's day, but you're putting it out to the universe that that's what you want to attract in as well.
Oh, it's about becoming what you choose to experience. If you're a kind
Right.
person, you become you just become that. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like putting up like you said, Dax, it's like putting a giant neon sign over your head that said kindness here or free
Yeah.
hugs, whatever you want to call it. But
We
that
attract what
way,
we are.
Yeah.
exactly, this is who I am. Who are you? And then the other person puts up their little, call it a grid. And where the light shines through on these grids are the places that you have commonalities. And when you realize you're both kind people, you usually form a pretty solid friendship. That's pretty cool too, because you want like-minded people to help you grow and help them grow and help heal what's broken. Simple.
Right, right. And
And
like paying it forward too.
Yes,
You
always.
know, you're in line at the grocery store and somebody's $1.50 short, and you give them the $1.50, or you're in line at Taco Bell at the window, you drove up and you go, I'm paying for the car behind me, here's a 20. you know
Yeah,
it's amazing the effects. And it all snowballs. It all snowballs as well.
absolute
and
avalanche.
Yep.
it does. And okay, so the negativity is held in the heart chakra.
Yeah, right here.
That's where it's at. Um,
Hmm.
and so what you need to do is, okay, now I've only done level one, so you really want to talk to a Reiki master because I'm still in the process, okay? However, with the heart chakra, that's the one that holds the positive and the negative emotions. So, what you really want to do is you want to get the energy flowing and see like a Reiki master and get that negative energy out of that heart chakra because that's where the compassion, the kindness, the joy, that's all where that is experienced. So you get rid of that negativity and you start bringing in the positivity, and then you'll start feeling more
Mm-hmm.
self love, more compassion, more joy, and more kindness.
I think the
And
lack of kindness, a lot of times, we, especially in our culture, not in Canada because everybody's nice, but down here in the United States, you know,
bullshit.
there's this unfriendliness, and it stems from our unconscious weird desire to judge everything and everybody. which is a result of our current culture and, everything online and the entertainment we watch and everything like that. So what you can do, even if you don't say it to them, because remember, Dan's, and it has something to do with what Dan just said. Fake kindness can be seen through easily and blown off. Okay, so it's not what, just giving the compliment, which could be a fake compliment or it could be a not fake compliment. You want to give real ones, but it can also just be what's coming up in your subconscious, and then into your conscious mind. You're not saying it out loud, but you're thinking, oh, look at that guy. Force yourself when you're encountering people, and you can even make a game out of it. What can I say positive about anybody I see?
Yep.
Anybody I encounter, even if you don't verbalize it to them. It's great when you make someone's day, but we can't make everyone's day, but you could work on your own inner self-talk by looking at everybody and going, oh, I like that brooch on that one woman, ooh, I like his shirt. I got to look online and see if I can get one of those, and especially turn it around. In other words, especially if you encounter someone and the first thing that pops in your head is something negative. Why is his nose 3 feet long? Well, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. So that's the first thing that came out. Why is his nose like 4 inches? If the first thing you notice about somebody is negative, quickly scan the person. What's the most positive thing that you can say? Because I guarantee there's something positive you can say about everybody you encounter, whether it's an action you see them doing, like you see someone opening the door for someone, pulling out a chair, whatever, or something they're wearing, or his nose is 4 inches long, but he's otherwise handsome or jacked up or whatever. Scan the person, see something else you can. So as soon as you see someone and something negative pops in your head, find 1, 2, 3 things that you could say positive about that person, and you're training your mind and your subconscious mind to think kindness and think positively. So you're getting more of those negative thoughts out of your head. So you're telling the universe you want to attract these positive things to you. So that's why kindness is so important. It's not just this nicety, and get what's the saying? Gathering more bees with honey, or something like that.
You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar.
Yeah.
Or poop. You catch more flies with
poop. But the thing we don't think about, because these thoughts run automatically in our mind, we don't realize all this self-talk, that it's not only negative for us physically, but also what are we attracting in?
And not only that, but if you're talking to a stranger and you say something really nice, you don't know if you are saving a life. You don't know.
It's happened. It's happened.
You don't know if that person that you just complimented was going to go do something to harm themselves that day. And your compliment turned their mind around. Or what if they were going to harm somebody else and your compliment changed their mind?
Yeah.
So sometimes when you have a thought and it's a compliment, you need to say it because the universe might have a purpose for that.
Yeah. So I think that pretty much covers it, but I did want to mention, I said in the chat, many people, this is almost all Americans, many people look for flaws in others, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I feel that a lot of this stems from our own deep-seated negative, like subconscious negative thoughts about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so we look for flaws in other people so that we can make ourselves feel better.
It's true.
How's that working out?
Yeah, exactly. Well, there you go. Show some kindness, folks. Get out there and show some kindness.
Be kind.
Be kind.
Yes. Yes.
So we got about 9 minutes left. Let's
Oh,
see
wow.
what can we squeeze in. I know Alina or Elina, still don't know how to pronounce it, had the first question. Dala has a question after that. I am manifesting someone in my life for a long time. Will I end up with that person? So that's Alina, Elina. Michelle, maybe you want to do that one. Dahl
Hey.
says, my parents always taught us to say please and thank you. Here's Dahl's question for Pamela. Can you give me any details on my move? I'm looking for possible dates. Should be very soon, or any information on my move, please. That's for Dahl. Okay.
Okay. So here is what I have. It definitely has been a long time. And since we have no idea about his feelings, it is something that really needs to be scrutinized. Are you sure you are going in the right direction? Because I got the compass, and are you manifesting the right way? Do you need to change the way you are manifesting things? Because we got this. Now, when you're wearing the mask and you're doing the work, again, are you manifesting the right way? Because I feel like you might be manifesting wrong and you need to change some things up. Don't look at the expectation when you're manifesting. I know that sounds a little weird because that's something that everybody does. But see, if you cross that bridge and expect the outcome to be what you want it to be, it's going to fail. So, what you need to do is change the way you're doing your manifesting, okay? And do it differently. Because what is insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting the same results. And that's why you're not crossing that bridge. So, you need to gather your strength, gather your materials, which is spiritual materials, earthly materials, okay? And just redo everything and start manifesting differently and see if that'll work to start bringing him closer to you. Okay, and that's what I have for you.
Awesome. Go ahead, Pam.
What I'm getting here, like I got the Knight of Wands reversed, which is delays. Okay, spinning your wheels. It kind of looks to me like you've been carrying a pretty heavy burden, like you've been carrying a lot of stuff with you that's not yours. Okay, you need to say no. You need to learn how to say no. You need to listen, because right now you've kind of been almost overthinking things, and you don't stop that. You need to stop that. You need to trust what you're feeling as much as what you're hearing. Okay. And the third thing is, and this is maybe the most important thing, whatever you're, well, there's a couple of things there. One is whatever heavy burden is issues that are not yours. Let's put it this way: if you were going to move, when you move, and it looks like it probably is going to be later this summer, if you get everything in order, okay. But when you move, you do not take your garbage cans until you empty them. Empty the garbage, and then you will be in a better position, because then it's going to put you in touch with people who are better able to help you and more willing to help you, and it's going to clear the way for you. But in the meantime, learn to say no. It doesn't matter if people are going to like you or not. If you completely burn yourself out, nothing on this planet is going to fix that. So in order to get this move accomplished and get out of this stuck rut, take what no longer serves who you are now, bury it in the sand, clear your thoughts, and allow it to flow. And it should, like I said, it's fall. Let's see. I've got between summer and fall here. So there you go.
Hmm.
Somewhere in that area. If you get it together.
All right. I got Tasia's question, but before that, real quick, and there's our coffee page again, psychic.cafe/coffee. What I wanted to mention was upcoming shows real quick. So we are trying out different days and different times of the day. We were doing evenings on Mondays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, and we kind of cut back, and then we moved to 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern on a Wednesday. We did a few Wednesdays. Last week we had to cancel, but the week before we did Thursday. We're going to do Thursday again. So this is our coffee social. This is just hanging out. We're doing readings and live chat. And also, if you're one of our members, on the private members group on the website are all the links to the Zooms we all get on Zoom. Michelle and Charlotte and I and Pam, when she's on the show, we're all on Zoom. And then that is being broadcasted through YouTube, through the YouTube studio onto YouTube. So everybody can join us in the chat and watch us on YouTube. But if you're a member, you can join us on the Zoom, like today, like even right now, you could go get the link and pop on. It's not all of our shows. If it's a private show like the Angelic View or Michelle's Mystic Corner, Michelle does allow members to come on the Crown Share Saturday, but her other 2 or 3 shows a month that she does are topics, and so she doesn't have people in there. But like our Wednesday shows are perfect. Sorry, Thursday. They're I'm getting them mixed up because we move them around some, and we might be moving it again. I'm thinking about trying some evening shows again. So this is the thing. This is the perfect time for you as a member, or if you're a student in my course, Tarot by the Numbers. This is for our student. In fact, if you're a student and you have access then to the course, it's all on the private course group on the website. All of the links to the Zooms are also available there. It's anywhere from 7 to 10 opportunities a month. We used to do this twice a month. Now we got 7 to 10 opportunities that you can jump on here and ask your questions about the course. Ask your questions about tarot and numerology, or some part of the course that you need clarification on, or something like that. Or if you're a member and you're a professional, you can ask about certification, why to get certified, how to get certified. You can ask about the Tarot Guild. We've been around for 20 years now, folks. We have this new platform, Psychic Cafe. You can ask about how to set up your business on Psychic Cafe. Yeah, hint, if you don't have a website yet and you're new, you don't need one yet. Yes, if you do want one, I can build one for you. But meanwhile, we give you like your own mini website on Psychic Cafe. Yeah, Pam?
Dax, remember next Sunday, we're going to be talking with Rose and Juno.
Yeah, I'm getting that. I'm getting to that. Pamela, don't jump ahead. Don't jump ahead. Yeah, what? Give me a minute. We are in the middle of the upcoming shows. We got to do them in order. So this is Thursday, the Coffee Social. Okay. The next show will be on Saturday, May 10th, Michelle's Mystic Corner, Moonology. I am really looking forward to this, Michelle, because I know nothing about Moonology.
Oh, I've been doing so much research, and it's going to be fun. It is. It's going to be a good show.
Awesome. And then Sunday, May 11th, it is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. And we're going to be talking about Frame This Oracle. Rose and Juno. Go ahead, Pam. Oh, there it is. Frame This Oracle. That is so cool.
It is very cool. She's going to be on, and I already asked her, I said, would you be willing to do a few readings? And she said, love to. So
nice.
Well, tell us a little about Amy. Her pen name is Rose and
Rose
Juno.
Guildenstern and Juno Lucia. Now she's done, I think this is her first Oracle deck. And when you look at it,
Ah,
it's exactly what it does. It's little bitty picture frames with all kinds of different titles and whatnot on them. And you've got humanity, you've got start, you've got reality, you've got image. I mean, there's so many different, I don't know how many does she have in here. I can't remember. But anyway, it's the art's by Dan Goodfellow, okay? And
Oh,
backs are like
okay.
this, and you can use these with any deck you choose, or you can use them in a picture or a just you're walking around outside and you see something and you hold up your frame, pick a frame, hold it up and say, "Oh my, is that what you're trying to tell me?" These things are the coolest ever. So
Wow.
Amy Fisher, aka Rose Guildenstern. She also is the author of there again, the Healing Tarot. I can't remember the other one, but I've got them because I have this blank spot right here. And she is the author of Iago's Penumbra, which hit the top paranormal romance novels the year it was published. I am not a paranormal romance novel person. I couldn't put the silly thing down. It's phenomenal. And then to top it all off, she used AI to make a little bitty tarot deck
yeah.
of her characters in Inago's Penumbra. And it's up here, so I'll
Hmm.
find it too. But
Ooh, I'm
she's
looking
gone
forward
above
to
and beyond with
this.
this. So don't miss next Sunday's show. It's gonna be amazing and epic.
I
Okay.
am excited.
Yes.
It's gonna be great. Uh oh,
Ooh,
hold on just a second. I'm trying to grab the link for everybody while we're chatting here. I'm gonna pop it in the chat and give me just a second.
I
Got
also put out a few
got to do
videos.
all this on the fly. Yeah, yeah, but don't squish things together. One topic at a time, Michelle. Hang on. Let's finish this up. Frame this oracle. This is how radio and television works, folks. You do one thing at a time. You don't try to throw too many things out because you're going to confuse.
I thought you were done talking. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, I'm right in the middle of putting this link up. Remember, I was saying give me a second. I'm typing this in. There it is. I made this up on the fly. Frame this oracle.
Nice.
Psychic.cafe / frame this oracle. That'll take you right over where you can grab this right now. Okay. And then I think that was it. I think I got everything, all the upcoming shows. Okay. Now, Michelle, you can go and talk about your videos. God,
Oh,
between you and
I
Pam, jumping
She's
the gun.
well, you got two women in here, and you
I
really
know. I know.
so us
so
guys.
us
Mm.
guys, yeah. So I have done a couple deck reviews. They are on the Psychic Cafe, they are on YouTube, and they are on my YouTube, the Mystic Corner. I almost said cafe. I will be adding some more deck reviews, and they are going to get better because I've been learning some things about doing deck reviews. So keep watching
Cool.
because they're going to get better. And please comment. I would love to hear, and let me know if there's any decks that you guys would like me to use. If I have them, I will start using them. If I don't, I will try to get them.
Well, you have so many decks. Just start from the beginning of your shelf and start reviewing them, Michelle. We need lots of
Oh,
reviews.
oh yeah, I've been, like I said, I've
Yep.
done some. I've got one more I got to put up, and I've got three I'm getting ready to do today.
There's our links to book sessions and also to get a hold of us in between. Now, in order to message us from our pages, there's a little icon. It's in the shape of an envelope, and when you hover your cursor over it, you'll get something like chat or something, message me, chat, whatever. But you have to be signed into the website. But fortunately, it's free to join the website. You just go over to Psychic Cafe, click register on the site, and log in. And when you're logged in, then go to our pages and you'll be able to message us directly from the website. There you go. Okay, and then we're going over here. We need to end the show, but there was a question from Tasia. What are Siddharth's next actions towards me? No contact. Okay, I think we
Oh, hi, Drops.
pushed the wrong button. I think we already talked about. I remember Siddharth coming up before on past shows. This is the thing. I think we get these questions, and I'm a dumb guy. I don't think like women, and me right away, I'm like, well, it's kind of obvious, when a guy's not in contact with you, that's what's going on. Yeah, you know, and I got the Tower card. I think that if you guys had a relationship, and I'm not 100% sure on the details here because it was a long time ago on past shows that you asked about Siddharth, but it if there was, or if you wanted there one to be, whatever relationship of any type, however far you got with this guy, it was built on shifting sand, rocky shore. What's the word I'm looking for here, guys? It was built on
Slippery slope.
foundations that are not,
Quicksand.
yeah, foundations that not that good. It wasn't built on strong foundations.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. As far as him getting in contact with you or you getting in contact with him, I got the Hanged Man. There's that huge delay. I don't think there's going to be contact unless you initiate it somehow. Remember, he's hanging upside down. The Hanged Man should have been named something else because he's not a man that was hanged. He was a man that hanged himself upside down in order to see the world 180 degrees upside down from the rest of us to get a different perspective. It's one of those thinking outside the box cards.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying for you, Tasia, is that you may need to step outside of your comfort zone. You may need to, think outside the box, look for other ways to engage to get things to happen there. If it's going to happen at all, which, like I said, not really thinking that it will. I got the Two of Swords. So there's two paths you can go down, and apparently there's a decision that needs to be made. You're either unwilling or unable to make the decision. She's got a blindfold on, and a lot of times that's what this card is indicating. You're either unable or unwilling to make the right decision. So that's what I'm getting for you and Siddharth. And that brings us to the end of the show.
Did we answer Drop's question?
I didn't even see Drops come into the show. VV came in as well because we were in the middle of the whole topic and everything, and I didn't have time since then to go back through and see who came in while we were chatting. I did see VV come in. I don't see Drops anywhere on my screen here.
Drops is right before the
Frame This Oracle.
Frame This Oracle.
Oh yeah, there, I see it now. You know what it is? Drops of Jupiter is a regular, and her profile picture changed. It's just a gray dot now. And I know she had a picture, and I had that memorized. Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have time. I really got to get out of here. I needed to get done at noon, and we're already 10 minutes over.
Yeah.
So Drops. Yeah. I gotta go feed dad. There's things to do.
Yeah.
So when's our next show? Thursday. So drop in next Thursday and you can ask for a question then. Yeah. And of course, you guys can always book private sessions with Pamela or Michelle or myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So great show. I had a lot of fun. We will see you all on Thursday.
Thursday, I
Yeah.
have to think. Not Saturday.
Right. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.